Now,
Okay.
from something that began in Australia with two friends and their passion for raising awareness for men's mental health and prostate cancer has turned into a global movement. Each November, men take on the challenge of growing a Mo to help raise awareness for this cause. From 30 participants in its first year to over 6.2 million Mo brothers and Mo sisters taking part since. Today, we are joined by Shauna and Mark um, from the Mental Health Society in Maynooth, and they're going to tell us all about the work they are doing to spread awareness for men's mental health this year. So, guys, do you want to tell me a bit more about Movember?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So this is our second year at MHS, doing a big campaign for Movember, and this campaign is about raising money for Movember, which is a really important charity for men's health, whether that's mental health, suicide prevention, prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and just men's health in general. Movember do over 1,000 projects globally to help support men's mental health or men's health in general and improve it. And that is our goal in supporting Movember. But also throughout the month, we aim to raise awareness about the importance of men's mental health and the stigmas that surround men's mental health and the stigmas that prevent men from reaching out for support, saying if they're feeling down or just asking for help. So all of that is really important in Movember for us, and that's our goal.
So, you probably covered bit of this there, but why did you want to get involved with the Movember campaign again this year?
We wanted to get involved because it's an important aspect of what we as a society want to do. Like, we want to highlight how mental health, like, can be found in or affects everyone, not just like certain groups of people, and how everyone needs their voice to be heard. Everyone needs support every now and then. Everyone, like me, for example, I am a male who has autism, and I have really severe anxiety, and that can get in the way of me in performing with my academics. So a lot of the time I would either have to take a break from doing an assignment, especially if it's 2,000 or more words long. And sometimes if I'm really, really struggling, I'd probably email one of my friends for like moral support or something like that, because this is something that everyone needs during these tough times, especially now when we're still in this pandemic and all.
Also, as well, in our society, so Mark is like one of our male members, but he's definitely in the minority in our society. The majority of our members would identify as female. So even though things, I think, like I've noticed myself over the last few years, just anecdotally, there has been an improvement in men talking about mental health and being open about mental health and supporting mental health. But our society would still be very female dominated in numbers, so it's obviously still something that men aren't as involved in or aren't as willing to get involved in. So that's a big reason for us to do Movember and try to reach out across the college to as many people and as many men as possible to try and promote positive mental health.
Yeah, of course. And how could us students across Maynooth University and St Patrick's College get involved with your Movember campaign?
So there's lots of different ways to get involved. The first, probably most obvious one, is to donate. So you can donate using the link that's in our Instagram bio, or of any of the different Movember campaigns that are happening around Maynooth, whether it's like a department campaign or even just an individual's campaign. It all goes to the same place. So we're happy to see any donations coming from Maynooth towards Movember. You can donate as little or as much as you like as well. There's no minimum or maximum donation, so that's really good. Another thing that you can do is host your own fundraiser. So whether that's like growing a mow, or you can do all kinds of different things. You can. Some people run different like amounts over like a sponsored kind of run. Some people go for like a dip in the sea. Different things like that. You can do shave or die. They're all really good ways to raise funds yourself if you'd like to do your own fundraiser. And another really simple thing you can do is just share some of our posts or some posts about men's mental health on like your social media, on Instagram or any other social media, and that helps to raise awareness and spread information. So that's a really good thing you can do. And of course, you can come to any of our mental health society events, which will be talking about Movember, talking about men's mental health, and reminding people of how they can donate as well throughout the month of November. And we'll also be collaborating with some other societies as well. So even if you're not a member of MHS, you can still get involved very easily.
Very good. And what events are you hosting as a society for Movember?
So this week we hosted a movie night for Movember and our weekly event as well. We had a chat about Movember, we had a chat about men's mental health, and we'll be doing that next week again at our weekly walk event. We are currently planning a collab with Coolocked, who were really supportive of us last year when we did Movember. We're also doing a self-care workshop next week, and some random acts of kindness. So because of COVID, we had to stop doing random acts of kindness around campus, but hopefully this year now we are bringing them back better than ever. So we will be giving out little gifts or like little treats or little messages to brighten people's day around campus on an undisclosed date as of yet. And we will also be reminding them in these little gifts to support Movember and a little bit of information about men's mental health. So they're just some of the things we're planning on doing this month.
That's actually such a lovely idea, doing the little random acts of kindness. I find that very nice. And I know you were mentioning like the Coolocked got involved as well, but is there any other societies that are involved?
Yeah, so a big society that's been involved with Movember is the Cancer Society, who are just back up and running. So obviously Movember is about men's health in general. So we decided to partner up with them to try and get as much information about men's health in general out as we can. And they're working with us on a lot of our events this month as well. And if any other societies are listening and would like to collaborate with us for Movember, feel free to give us a shout as well.
That's good. Why do you believe this stigma surrounding men's mental health exists?
I think it's because throughout society, men are always expected to be like the breadwinners and always expected to be in the best form they can possibly be and not let their guard down. So in other words, they're always told to be aggressive, not exactly show any emotion, and to just walk with pride, and that merely there's a common misconceptional and stereotypes that go around based on gender and everything like that. And a lot of the time, if men do have those kind of issues, they're often told to man up rather than told to seek help, because there is the stigma that men, oh, you're a man, you should be doing this and not that. Like, why don't you just man up? But that's not the point. Like, as you're a human being, you deserve to sorry, like you're a human being, you deserve to seek help and find a solution to your problem. Yeah, like
Yeah, no,
pretty much.
that's perfect. And how do you wish to combat that stigma that's around men's mental health?
So really the stigma around mental health, it's like breaking it down where we're talking about men, women, all genders and all groups of people in society. It's really, the first step is really about talking about it. And I think we've gotten really good as a society now about being like, when we're talking about mental health in a general sense, we'll be like, oh yeah, people should like not feel ashamed about their mental health. But we're still not at that point where we personally would feel like we could talk about it. So I could walk into somewhere and be like, absolutely, mental health is so important, but not be at that stage of being able to actually stand up and say, actually, I have struggles with depression, or I have struggles with anxiety, or whatever. So I think that's the step that as a society we need to get to. And I think when we talk about men's mental health, we probably have to even look at getting to that step of being able to talk about and say, actually, it's okay for people to, feel down or to ask for help. So I think the big thing is just talking about it and not being ashamed of it, and just having those conversations. And I think something like having our events and having them open to as many people as we can, and having the visibility of the Mental Health Society, and even having a society in the college that's actually called the Mental Health Society, helps us to break down that stigma a little bit.
Yeah, of course. And how can men reach out for support?
So we actually have a link tree in our bio that has a big list of all different types of support. So whether you're looking at kind of general support or support per se, like LGBT kind of topics, where you're looking at support for like eating disorders, like lots of different kind of different specific topics. There is a full list of like all the numbers and stuff you can contact. But the first port of call, I suppose, would be, we would suggest trying Nightline if it's an emergent, like a kind of an emergency situation at night. They'll be open throughout the night to take calls, so they're like a free helpline you can call during the night. We also have our counselling services on campus. And one thing that people are not as aware of, maybe, as the counselling, is we also have a mental health nurse in our student services centre. So in the same place as where like your campus doctor and that is, we have a mental health nurse who you can go in, have a chat to about your mental health, and that's a really good resource. So
Completely free of charge.
yeah, all completely free.
Yeah, I know like having the free support on campus is actually really good and all that. Like at least like students need to know about that more.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. So I just want to ask one more question. So where can students fundraise and where can they find out more information about Movember?
So you can, so there's a link in our bio for where you can donate to our fundraiser as such. But if you want to just find out more about Movember, or just donate in general, or like kind of start up your own fundraiser, anything like that, if you go to Movember's website, they have everything there. They have like stories about Movember, they have like how to sub fundraiser, they have ideas for fundraisers you could do. So like if you're not in a position to like, grow a mustache, or if you can't do shave or dye, because obviously they're not all things that everyone can do. Like they have so many ideas and so much support. And of course you can, if you do want to find out more as well, you can always contact us on our social media. So we're on Instagram and Twitter at MHS Minute. And you can also send us an email at mentalhealth@mulife.ie.
Yeah, that's perfect, guys. I want to say thank yous for all those answers, and I mean, I'm more aware of the actual services that are provided and what you do as a society. And I just want to let everyone know to please check out the rest of the Mental Health Society's events for the month of November as they spread awareness for men's mental health. During these unprecedented times, I'm delighted to see so much work done to promote good mental health and break the stigma surrounding it. And I know there's loads of different groups doing Movember here in Maynooth, and I'm going to post them up on the Mars FM Instagram page. I'm going to reach out to the people who are doing it and ask their permission if we can share their pages and hopefully bring in more donations for Movember. And thanks again, Shauna and Mark. You have been wonderful today. If
you.
there's anything else you'd like to say, go ahead.
I'd just like to say thank you for having us, and thank you for letting us talk a little bit about Movember and what we do, because it's so important, like for our society to just get that information out there to everyone, like everyone in the college and even in the wider community. So thank you.
Yeah, and likewise,
No problem,
I would also like to say thank you for having us here and giving us this platform to speak up about Movember. And yeah, thank you.
No, you have been amazing, and I've noticed some of your campaigns so far this semester, or this Movember, and you are doing such great things for it. And I hope the rest of your campaign for the rest of the month of November goes well as well, guys. And I'll finish this up now. This is obviously going to be on our YouTube, so if anyone missed it, they can obviously rewatch it later on, or if they want to hear about some of the things, they can come back to this at any point. And we'd love to have you again at some point on Mars FM. Little catch-up interview, how he's got on in Movember and stuff like that. We might do something like that, or how he's got on throughout the year. We'd love to have you again. But
Definitely,
thank you guys, and thanks to anyone who watched. And we'll let you enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.